welcome back to another fishing adventure. This is kind of a unique set of circumstances happening today, and so I'll explain that here in a little bit while I'm getting baited up. I haven't been to this spot since early spring, and got a little housekeeping to do here first thing. That'll work. It's probably about 8 feet of clear shoreline there. Enough room for my 3 rods, and then a little space in between them so I can get down close here to the edge and net fish in between my rods. Yeah, so the unique situation that I was talking about has mostly to do with the weather. Long story short, just to get to the gist of it, is the barometric pressure is dropping. It's dropping right now. I just checked it before I got out of the car and walked over here. It was 29.96. And the reason why that's significant is because it's been above 30 now for, I don't know, 5-6 days in a row. And just generally speaking, it's not some hard fast rule or anything, but when the barometric pressure is above 30, for me at least, fishing is harder. It's tougher when the barometric pressure is above 30. I mean, falling barometric pressure is nothing unique, but it's happening very, very rapidly right now. In fact, it's falling really rapidly, just like it would be if there was like a thunderstorm moving in. But the thing is, there is no thunderstorm moving in. And I'm no meteorologist, but this is my theory why this is going to be good. Typically in a summer, hot summer like this, it's usually hot, and then a mass of cold air will move through, and that change in temperature, the differential in temperature, creates condensation and clouds and thunderstorms and that whole mess. I'm no meteorologist, but I do understand the basics of how that works. But the thing that's special about today is that a cold front already moved in 2 days ago. We went from daytime highs in the triple digits, which is normal for August, to today the high is 80 degrees. So it's about a 20-25 degree difference in temperature. And now there is a low pressure system that's moving in right now. However, the difference in temperature between what it is here and what the new mass of air coming in is not very much. There's not much difference in temperature. So there's no thunderstorm, there's no clouds, it's just low pressure moving in without the clouds. And like I said, I'm no meteorologist, but if I was just looking only at the barometer and seeing a sharp drop in barometric pressure this afternoon like it is, I would guess that there's a thunderstorm moving through. I don't know if the fish are fooled or not. That's what I'm here to test out, because pretty much anybody who's ever fished probably knows that fishing right before a storm is good fishing most of the time. Anyway, that's the theory I'm going with today. We'll see how it pans out. Truth be told, I was gonna go fishing here anyway today, but last night I looked at the weather, and just seeing what the weather forecast looked like here got me all excited that fishing might be better than usual here, which it's usually pretty slow here. But through the power of logic and reasoning, you may have come to the conclusion already that the very fact that you're watching this means that, I don't know, something interesting happened, I think. It doesn't necessarily mean a bunch of fish were caught. Who knows? All sorts of weird stuff happens to me when I go out on my fishing trips. And that weird stuff, it doesn't actually happen that often. You know what I mean? Sometimes I hear people say, "Oh, why does this stuff always happen to you?" It's not always happened to me. It's just that I go fishing a lot. And I think in 2023, I went fishing 92 times during the summer season. And so, just the numbers game, just on average, I think maybe I had 4 or 5, bad experiences with people and stuff during that time. So, it's actually a pretty small percentage of the total fishing trips. But yeah, when you go fishing as often as I do, you're bound to run into some ass clowns sooner or later. And I do sometimes. Oh, I think I forgot to tell you. Sweet almond tiger nuts is what those hook baits are that I was just putting on. Uh-oh. I think this... yeah, this line's all dinged up. Now I remember. Last time I fished, I got snagged a lot. Yeah, there's a big ding on the line right there. Alright, gotta retie that one quick. Yeah, this other one has some pretty dinged up spots right above the rig. I don't know, you might be able to see that. See those little hairs coming up off the mono right there where my finger is? That's a pretty bad scuff. I'm gonna retie this one too. I'm just gonna slide the feeder and everything up above where the bad spot in the line is. Yeah, just cut the main line there. And just make sure I throw this on the ground so the next guy can trip over it, right? Wrong. In the tackle bag it goes. And the hook is still needle sharp, so I'm just going to retie. Slide everything back down against the hook link, and boom, I just saved myself a probable lost fish there. If I get into some snaggy stuff today, I'll have a nice strong line. Alright, when's he going to talk about the pack bait? Jeez. Well, right now. Here you go. This is Old Fashioned Oats, Sweet Feed, a can of whole corn, and a can of cream corn and vanilla. It smells fantastic. Almost looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? I put this bait together before I left the house. It's been sitting in that bag marinating for about an hour and a half. And I'm putting on some pretty huge balls of bait here tonight, just because I don't really have to cast very far at all. Maybe about 20-30 yards at the most. There's a variety of water depths that I can reach casting from this spot. I've got shallow water over here. I'm going to put one in about 3 feet of water over this way, and then straight out in front of me I've got probably about 5 to 7 feet. I'm going to put one there, and then I've got 15 plus feet off to my left. I'm not going to put a bait out in that. I don't like fishing deeper than 10 feet in the summer because of thermoclines. I don't think there's a thermocline here, but I'm not positive about that. This one is going to go just kind of closer to me in that 5 to 7 foot range over here to my left. But first is the shallow bait here off to my right. Back off that drag to the good fighting tension there. How much? I don't know. I've never measured it. It's just, you just gotta kind of experience it. And after you fight some fish, you'll learn how tight is too tight and how loose is too loose. It's just one of those things you gotta learn by doing. Kind of like baseball, you know, you can read 100 books about how to hit a curveball, but you still aren't going to know how to hit a curveball. You know, you gotta get out and do it to learn. Just real close to me on the bank on this left one. It hit the bottom, probably about 5'7" be my guess. It's on the slope, but not out in the deeper stuff that might have a thermocline. So yeah, I've got my 3 rods there. I've got 2 kind of close together over here. The one is off to the right and the one is straight out from where it is. And then this nice gap right here between those and my left one that goes off that way. So I've got a kind of a lane here where I can land fish coming from any of these lines here. I can land a fish here without getting too tangled up in the other lines. I don't understand how that would be possible if I had all 3 lines real tight close together here in some kind of a rod pod. Sounds like it would be a mess. I've never actually tried it, but just logic tells me that it would be a mess. I don't know. This works really good for me. I don't know. This is what works for me. So it's 4:30 right now. Bait's in the water at 4:30, And the fish this time of year around here are mainly in a sunrise and sunset and nighttime feeding. You know, they're not very active during the heat of the day, and so, you know, even though the pressure is dropping right now, I don't expect them to just like come out of their shady spots that they've been in all afternoon to all of a sudden go start feeding. But I'm just hoping that this change in pressure will enhance things a little bit once the sun starts going down and they start going into their normal feeding patterns. They might feed a little bit more, might have some multiple big fish action. You know, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but I can't wait. Fish has kind of gone around the corner a little bit here. I set the rod down for a second to put the camera on my chest, and I might regret that. So I kind of lost control of this fish, I think. We'll see. I think I can get him back. Now he's going off to my right. He was way off to my left, now he's out to the right. That's normal. Water's pretty dirty, haven't seen him yet. I know it's not a small fish. Just based on how hard it's been pulling and the boils that it's making in the water. I wasn't expecting a bite yet. It's only about 5:15, 5:30, something like that. Wasn't expecting anything till, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock when the sun started going down. Yeah. It's a good fish. Here we go. Got him. Yes. Got him. That's a real good fish. Probably haven't mentioned this in a while, but covering up their eyes while you're trying to unhook them and get them out of the net or whatever, it helps. At least in my experience it does. If you cover up their eyes, they don't freak out quite as much. There's about 14 in the net. Yeah, pretty nice fish. It was 14 in the net, 12 and a half, 13 pound fish, I guess. I never really zero out my scale. I don't really care that much about exact weight, but I don't know, 12, 13 pound fish. Good fight. That's what I care about more than the weight. Pretty great. There are much larger fish in this lake, and I'm really hoping to put something 20 plus pounds on the bank today. It's an excellent start though. Earlier than expected, like I said. It's about 5:30, so hopefully it's only going to get better. I'm not ready to step in the water yet tonight. If I get some over 20, I'll definitely get in there with them and do a little hand release, but this guy's getting a net release. There you go. Thanks for the fight. See you later. Wow. Long run straight away from me, now he's running right at me. Running right at me. I was just eating my dinner. About 6 o'clock. This fish is right here in front of me. Whoa, this fish is not liking this. Wow. trying to get under those overhanging trees. Loosen the drag a little bit when I get him right in front of me like this. Fish. A little bigger, I think. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, this fish is bigger than the first one. Cover up the eyes. Oh, yeah, he's hooked in the side of the face right there. See that? That's where he's hooked. He was grazing around the pack bait and the hook bait, and just that stuff was just flying around, and the hooks swung up and got him right in the side of the face. There we go. 15.5 in the net. Yeah, they're moving in the right direction. 15.5 in the net. Call it a 14-pound fish. Beauty. Gave a real good fight. I mean, just went on some real good, strong runs. Just took me everywhere, left, right, ran right at me. This fish tried everything he could think of. Fortunately, that hook was lodged pretty good right in the side of his face there. Sweet, they're moving in the right direction, getting bigger. Can't wait for the next one. This one came in the same spot as that first fish, that one straight out from me here, in about 5 to 7 feet of water. There you go. See you later. That was a good fight. Fortunately, the bugs aren't too bad tonight. Usually it's a kind of a downer when I catch a fish while I'm in the middle of eating my dinner, because then I set it down, and if I don't get it sealed up good, then the bugs start going at it. But I don't think the bugs are getting my dinner tonight. The hook baits did not survive that ferocious beast. That fish fought a lot more ferociously than the one before it. Put on some new tiger nuts, almond flavor. Here's the aforementioned dinner. I suppose somebody's going to ask. This is just chickpeas, some leftover taco meat from last night, and some shredded carrots and cabbage, and salsa with some little tortilla strips. That's it. Whew, that startled me. This is a good fish. This is on the left rod. This one was in about the same depth as the one where I caught the two fish, in about 5 to 7 feet. But just off to the left a little bit here. He's going around the corner. This is a peninsula that I'm fishing on here, and it goes around that way. There's more lake around the corner that way, and sometimes I try to swim around the corner and go back into the next bay over. That's what this one's trying to do. Just got to keep pressure on him, keep guiding him back this way. Eventually he'll give up on that. There he did. He just gave up on it. Now he's coming right at me. He's coming right at me. Oh! Now he's going the other way. He gave up on that direction. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Gave up on that direction. Now he's going to try to get into those overhanging trees over there probably. Look at that boil over there. This is taking a while. I'm just kind of letting him do his thing right in front of me here until he relaxes a little bit and wears himself out. I loosen the drag when they get closer like this because it's just less line between me and the fish, which means there's less stretch available in the monofilament line. So that's pretty much the main reason for loosening the drag when they get close like this. Come on in here. Yes! Another nice fish. This fish is about the same size as that first fish that I caught, that smaller one. I'm not gonna weigh this fish, I'm just gonna get it back. It's 12 pounds would be my guess. 12, I don't know why the brightness is so messed up there. But yeah, great fight. Third fish, that's exciting. I'm excited to have 3. I'm looking forward to the next one. Get your nose out of the net there, buddy. There you go. See you later. Oh, the anal fin got caught in the net. There he goes. See you. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I waited. Just a minute ago, I was just walking up to this. I was just walking up to this. I was going to rebait all 3 rods. And I was just walking up to pick this one up. I was going to do this one first. And then I saw a fish rise, kind of, I don't know, within like 20 feet of where my bait is. Thought, okay, I'll do the other ones first and come back to this one. Sure enough, I think that was a wise choice. Love that sound. I think this is, I think this might be bigger than anything I've landed so far today. Can't really tell. It's really tempting when they get close like this to just try and yank them in and scoop them real quick, but you gotta resist that temptation. In my experience, this is the most dangerous part of the fight right here. For numerous reasons. It's usually when a fisherman's patience wears thin, when he's so close here. Come on. Come on. Let's get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Yes, he's in the net. It's so quiet around here right now compared to what it's been all afternoon. I feel the need to whisper. There's nobody else here. It's just the traffic has been reduced so much because it's getting later in the evening. Yeah. Yep. This is the big fish of the night so far. This fish is hooked in the lip. Yeah, there we go. We're getting better now. That's 17 and a half in the net. 17 and a half in the net, so I'm going to call this a 16-pound fish. Beast. Put up a heck of a fight. My left arm is pretty sore, or not sore, but tired from fighting this fish for the past 15 minutes or so. Yeah, this is a great looking fish. Fish 4. This is an outstanding fishing session for this lake. Like I said, I think I mentioned it before that fishing at this lake is usually pretty slow. 1 or 2 fish is the average. I'm happy if I get 1 or 2 fish on a 4-hour session here at this place. So 4th fish, this is unusual in a good way. Yeah. This fish was easy to unhook and didn't flop around much on the mat at all, so that he was only out of the water maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the most. Should be ready to go if he can get his nose out of my net. He's trying to swim, but he's got the nose in the net. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Got to get that nose out of there. There you go. See ya. Thank you. So it's about 8:30, 8:20 right now. It sunsets at 8:30. There's just a little sliver of sun left on the horizon, and that time there between sunset and dark, the twilight time, that's the magic hour. So hopefully there's more fish to come in the magic hour. Well, time's up. The twilight hour went by with not a single fish, which is kind of surprising to me, but hey, 4 fish in a session here is unusual but not unheard of, and I don't think it's enough to make a conclusion of whether or not fishing this barometric pressure drop whether the barometric pressure had anything to do with it or not. I don't know. I don't think there's enough information to make a decision on that. But I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.